Hello, this is Kevin Wenning, and I have tonight for you another item from my year one lessons learned in photography. This is something that I learned the hard way. Should be real quick and short for you tonight. What I've got is I just returned from taking a few photos, and this seemed like a good time to show this to you. It's basically when you import your photos, making sure that you import everything that you might possibly ever want to save. So I've got the card out of my camera here, and the way that I've started doing this is through ON1 Photos. All right, let's load that up. And whether you do this through a software, or if you just take all of the photos off your card and put them into a hard drive, there is just a principle here that I want to share with you that, like I said, I learned the hard way. So what I'm looking for is, there we go. Looks like on this card I've still got a whole bunch of stuff from, let's hide this for now. Still got a whole bunch of stuff from Cuba, which I didn't really want to get into tonight. Okay, here's what I wanted to have a look at. So there's the end of the Cuba photos. That's from the end of Vinales. So I went out tonight. I've got this grain elevator in northern Milliken that I'm supposed to go take photos of, and it's for a display that I'm doing a couple of places around town. So I headed up there. I thought the clouds might break and I might get some interesting sun. As it turned out, it didn't work out so well. But I got a few good photos, something I might use here later for some composites. I've got a really interesting looking wheat field. I've got this, I got the sun to break for just a little bit. And then this, let's see, I'll pull this up full screen. This, what do you call them? Field sprinkler? I don't know. But I've been trying to take some photos of that, and this is something that I'm going to display in a photo gallery here from northern Colorado. I live in northern Colorado right now, and I'm just trying to gather some photos from around town to print and display in a gallery. So, yeah, a few of these are interesting. So what I was looking for here was the sun flare, and I got a few that might work out okay. And what I love about doing this through ON1 is all of these are the raw files, and you can see how quickly it pulls them up and refreshes. So what I'll do is I'll go in here and I'll tag these, and just for the sake of our argument, I'm just going to tag a few real quick. As you can see, I was bracketing my photos. You can also see that I've got some large smudges on my sensor. Way to go, Kevin. Looks like I got to fix that. So I'm probably going to turn those into a panorama. And all I'm doing is I'm scrolling through, I'm hitting P, and you can see when I hit P, it selects the item. That means that I like the photo. So those are the photos that are going to be imported into my Lightroom. And this is the main reason that I use ON1 Photo 10 for initially culling my photos. So since I want to make this a real short and sweet video today, let's just say I'm done selecting those. I'm not, but for now, that's good enough for my purposes. So now that I've got those photos from my shoot selected, let's say that these are all of the photos that I liked from that shoot. And next thing that I'm going to do is take them into Lightroom, which is my catalog sorting system. You can also do this in ON1 and move them to, you can just right click and export to any other folder that you want to. You can drag them into another drive or Dropbox folder, anything that you've got over here in your regular settings, anything that's attached to your computer. Personally, I use Lightroom to sort my photos. So the way I'm going to do this, select everything that I've favorited that's got the little heart attached. I'm going to go to send to Adobe Lightroom. This is going to take just a second to open my Lightroom catalog. And hang with me here. So I'm going to import them into my intentionally lost, my full library of everything. And here's what I want you to really pay attention to. See what it does with the photos that it's importing. I should have cleaned off this card before I did this exercise. I didn't realize it still had all of my Vinales photos on there. So you can see here from my shoot today, it's got checked, a check mark, meaning that it's ready to import those files that I put a little heart on, that I picked. However, everything else from the shoot is unchecked. Okay, that's fine. That's all I want to import to my Lightroom library. That's what I think I will work on for now. But let's just say I go ahead and just import those, and then I wipe off the card. I've now lost all of the other photos that I didn't select. Why is this a big deal? Well, when you first start your photography, you don't know what's a good photo. Just believe me on this. Every time I go back to folders from pictures that I shot 2 or 3 years ago, I find new things that I'm just paging through clicking through my photos, and I go, ooh, I like that. Who took that picture? Hey, that's a picture I took. So don't delete them. If you think they have any redeeming value whatsoever, just go ahead and select everything, put a check mark on it, and then go ahead and run your import dialog, or move them all into a folder wherever you want to manage them. I've got several other videos where I cover different ways to manage your photo library, but this is how I do it. I'm currently using On1 Photos to review those raw photos, make my selections, pull them into Lightroom. If you are just getting started doing a workflow like this, save everything, unless it's obviously a bad photo. It's obviously out of focus. Even then, sometimes you can use those for some interesting composites, some interesting backgrounds, some cool motion blur. So until you get to a point that you have edited 2,000 or 3,000 photos, and I don't mean looked at and pulled them off of your cards, I mean you've done final edits, you're happy with those, you're starting to develop a style, make sure and save everything that you shoot. Because you may go back later looking for a specific image that you think you saved, and it turns out you actually deleted it from your memory card. So if you're doing this process, save everything as much as possible. That's my tip for today. Something that I learned the hard way. Going back looking for photos later, I just didn't have them because I didn't know any better. I deleted things thinking I would never need the photo, and it turns out a lot of times I did. So that's my lesson for today, and I hope this has been helpful for you.